Hello and welcome to this Thursday edition of Live. I'm so excited. My friend Reagan is going to be joining us as soon as she hops on here. So Reagan is in her 20s. She escaped the Matrix. She absolutely grew her business to new heights in less than a year. Not only that, but she is now living her best life. Let me see if I can. I'm here really quick. Let's move that out of the way. Reagan, it says it's adding you. Yay!
Hey, I'm gonna try to.
Girl.
Oh goodness, it's echoing really bad. Can you hear me good?
It mine for whatever reason sometimes echoes when my mic's on and I'm talking. So while you're talking, I'll turn my mic off. So
Okay, perfect.
yes, and then it should help. So let me know if it doesn't. But this is Reagan, and she is an absolute baller here in our community, if I could talk. And she is an incredible leader and has scaled her business, like I said, brand new heights literally in a year. So I'm gonna let Reagan tell her story to all of you today.
Yes, and hopefully I am back far enough. I know when two people go live now, we're like super close to the screen. Anyways, yes, hello, you guys. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for having me on here today, Lori. I am super excited to chat with you guys. So, a little bit about me. I am 24 years old. I am a small town girl. I am a fur mama to two very, very spoiled black labs. I'm currently engaged and getting married this coming October. We're like less than 2 months away now. Okay. So things are getting super real. Anyways, and I come from the corporate world. I am a medical lab technician by trade. And a little less than 2 years ago, I came across this opportunity online. And I've always been someone that seen things online as too good to be true or a scam. But I feel that I felt that way because I had never done anything online, right? Because society has always told us the traditional way is the only way, right? Go to school, get those credentials, and work your life away building someone else's dream, and then retire when you're 65, 70 years old and figure out how to live within that retirement budget, right? So I came across this opportunity and I've been looking for more, right? But I had no idea how I was going to get it, where I was going to get it, and when I was going to get it, right? So I came across this opportunity, and like I said, those initial thoughts, I was like, oh, like this cannot be true, right? So I sat around and watched my nail mentor for a couple months, and I knew that I kept seeing this opportunity for a reason. I was like, hey, you said that you wanted more. This is God showing your sign right here. This right here is your answer. Consider yourself a failure just because it's brand new. So I jumped into this with very small goals. My goals were to make maybe an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month. That was it, right? Just to live a little bit more comfortable and have that extra spending money, right? Well, my very first month here, I earned over $10,000. And at that point, I was like, holy moly, my mind was completely blown because I was like, I'm just getting started. So you mean to tell me that it only gets bigger from here, right? Like, wow. Anyway, so like 6 to 7 months in, I was then scaling more than my annual income in 30 days here. I was working full time in the medical field, Monday through Friday, 40 to 50 plus hours a week. I was doing this on the side, very, very minimal, and I was scaling more than what my annual income was in 30 days. So at that point, it was just a whole lot going through my mind, right? I was like, this is crazy. this turned out to be way bigger than I could have ever imagined, right? Because I had set that bar so low and this had just surpassed all of my expectations. So I just kind of had to sit with myself for a while because I was like, there is no way that retirement is in my vocab at then 23 years old. I was like, there's no way. There is no way possible. So I was still clocking in, right? I was still working full time in the medical field because at that point it really seemed too good to be true. I was like, no, this cannot be happening. And then one random day that reality hit me like a bus and it was like, no, girl, this is now your real life. Like you have done this. Yes, retirement is in your vocab. Like this right here is now your newfound calling, right? So last July, I put in my notice, July 16th, and where I worked, we had a 30-day notice. So from July 16th to August 16th, that was my biggest month in this business. I earned almost $65,000 in that one month. So that right there was really my reassurance and validation that what I was doing was the right thing, right? That I was going in the right direction and all of this was going to be okay, right? Like this is where I was meant to be and this is now where I'm going to be full time. So I fully retired myself, hung my scrubs up for the very last time last August 16th. So in 2 days, you guys, I am full of emotions right now. It is such a bittersweet moment because in 2 days it will be one whole year since I retired myself from the medical field, and this is now what I do full time. I do this full time, which is still really not full time, right? I create my own schedule every single day. I work this business from anywhere in the world, literally from my phone, scaling as much money as I possibly want every single day, and I'm still scaling my annual income every 30 to 60 days. It's absolutely mind blowing. And if you would have told me 2 years ago that this is now what my life would look like, I would have told you that you were absolutely crazy, that you have lost your mind. But I am truly a proven testimony to never say never and give yourself that one chance to prove otherwise. Because I thank myself every single day for finally finding that little bit of faith to allow myself to truly embrace this opportunity because, oh my goodness, if I would have let all of that fear, doubt, and uncertainty take over just because I had never done anything online and just because this was brand new to me, my life would look nothing like it does now. And that is just the power of believing in you and investing in you. It is truly the greatest thing a human could ever do.
Yeah, absolutely. I love so much that you talked on this because my viewers on my page know that, hey, I jumped all in right away because when I found this opportunity, we had $200 in our bank account and had been married for not 5 years, almost 10 years. So it was like I knew I needed to make a change. Otherwise, nothing was going to change, right? And so I love how you talked about your journey with that because for me, I was all in right away. I knew this was it. I didn't have any doubts, any uncertainty. I had already been through that in our life and in our marriage, and I knew I needed to jump all in. And I love how you talk about that fear and things that can sometimes stop us from, chasing our dreams or doing things that are just maybe, like you said, something we've not ever done before. There is a gal I know, I just booked a session with her. She is starting her photography business this fall in September by starting out doing fall minis. And she made a post this morning that basically said, you know, the frequently asked questions that she's getting. And one of those questions was literally, what if this all falls through? What if your photography dream does not work out? And she was like, okay. Then I go back doing the same dang thing I'm doing right now. And what if it does? Then I fly. And so I just love that. I gave her some encouragement on that because so many things can get in our head when we do something different and when people see that we're doing something different. And, you know, setting that fear aside and just saying, hey, maybe this is just what I need to go all in on to 1000% change our life is what you need to do. Because I was at the salon earlier and my hairstylist was asking, you know, about ins and outs of my business. She knows a lot more about this business than any of you all watching, but she was like, wow, that's awesome. Wow, that's incredible. Oh my gosh, I love what you're doing. And she's like, I'm so glad you jumped on this opportunity so fast because you guys are just freaking killing it. She's like, I've been watching you and Corey, and you guys are killing it in life. Just so you know, everyone in town's watching you. And I was like, and as they should be. Who wouldn't want to see somebody improve their life? If you don't want to see that, maybe work on yourself and figure out why you don't want to see that. But let me tell you, it has been absolutely amazing for me. Thank you, Reagan, for being here. I know you have a packed out schedule, and so I don't want to keep you long. Is there any last words you'd like to tell them?
Yeah, I was just going to comment to what you were saying. A lot of people, they like to look at new things with a negative mindset, right? I heard how you said that person was like, what if this falls through? Well, why are we already thinking negatively, right? Because, when people say, what if I fail? I turn that around and say, what if you fly? What if you fly to heights you never thought would be possible for you to reach, right? Because when you have that mindset shift, everything falls into place. The hardest part of the journey is overcoming your own thoughts and feelings, right? I know how, Laura, you said you jumped all in. Well, I sat around and watched for 2 months. And what really, lit that fire underneath me was, hey, girl, nothing's changed within 2 months. And you're still seeing the proof of all of these everyday ordinary people massively transforming their lives. What are you doing? Right? Are we just going to take the short end of the stick and consider yourself a failure? Or are we going to step up to the plate and see what you're truly capable of? Because my people know, I say it over and over, but growth will never happen until you are willing to step outside of that comfort zone. I have learned so much about myself these past almost 2 years. I'm just like, wow, I never thought that I was capable of doing these things. I never thought that this is now what I would be doing full time and being obsessed with it every single day. So that's my biggest advice to you guys. Just because something is brand new, don't look at it in a negative way, right?
Yeah.
Ask yourself, what if in a good way, right? What if this is the answer? What if I fly? What if I can do this, right? What if this does work out, right? Because as soon as you have that mindset shift, you become unstoppable. Point blank, period.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I cannot love all of that enough. I love how you said you're just obsessed with it because I am too. And you know what I'm really obsessed with more is changing lives and seeing people get to do more good with the earnings that they are bringing in here, and seeing big mentors go back and buy toys for the children's hospital, and so many good things happening because we simply said yes to an opportunity, became obsessed with it, helped other people also change their lives, and now we're doing more good in the world, across the entire world. And I cannot think of anything more beautiful to be a part of. So Reagan, thank you so much for being here. I know you are killing it today with that packed out schedule. So I tell you what, we will chat more next time. If you guys have caught this live, if you could hashtag live for me, and if you caught the replay, if you could hashtag replay, that just helps this video reach so many more people who need to see it. So thank you all for being here, and we'll chat next time.
Absolutely. See you guys soon. Bye.